Welcome back, guys. I'm sitting here in my M340 and I wanted to show you guys something that's interesting. So my M340 is a 2022, which means it has the mild hybrid system. So this button down here, auto stop start button, is missing because it has a mild hybrid system. And if it had a mild hybrid system, the car came in with a power meter. So here, let me put a power meter on. I'm going to take the rev counter off on the right. So the car comes like that. If you're getting any six-cylinder past 2021, it should come with a power meter here, which shows you from 0% all the way to 100% of power. And if I give the car gas, well, it's not going to do it if I'm in park, but if I'm in drive, it'll show you how much power you're using. And usually it's just hanging around here the whole time. Around 20. But if you give it the full beams, it'll show you when you're using 100% of power. So I got to change that from a power unit back to a tachometer. So there's a tachometer, whatever you want to call it, which gives you 1,000, 2,000. And if I rev my engine, you could see that one there. By the way, if you're in, let's put the power meter back. If you're in comfort, the power meter will be showing. So as you can see, it says comfort here. But if I put the car in sport, now it gives you a regular tachometer. But if I put it back in comfort, it gives you a power meter. But I like the tachometer the whole time because I want to have a special relationship with my right foot with the engine of the car. So how do you get there? So on the center screen, you want to scroll the car. So you're going to scroll the car here on the left, and you want to go to settings, and you want to go to displays. And after displays, you want to go to instrument panel, which is this here. A heads-up display would be, of course, up there. So I'm going to go to the instrument panel, and once I click onto that, it gives me a whole bunch of information here. By the way, so down here is where your engine display. So here you have a power meter, and if I change this to tachometer, it'll change it right up here. Okay. There are also other things in here in this display area, such as your map views. As you can see, your map is there in the middle, and it's showing you where I live over on Stony Brook, and it's showing you the orange basically arrow is us and the lines are the road. You can turn that to off if you'd like, so you could turn it off and it's just blank, or you could have it be a map view. But there's also route preview. So route preview, as you're driving along, there are these slides that come out of the ground, and it's giving you a preview of where you should be turning next. It's like flashcards. Remember flashcards when you're trying to study? Just like here. See the cards? Yep, they'll be popping up just like this, up right here in the middle as you're driving. Especially when your navigation's activated. My favorite though, I still like map. I just think map is so much better. You also have converted speed in this instrument panel display. So if I check converted speed, you see 0 miles per gallon here on the left. Now I have kilometers an hour at the bottom. It's a little bit too much for me to have converted speed. Down below that, you have additional information. In route preview gives notes on tunnels ahead or service areas, so it'll give you additional information when your navigation's activated. If there's a tunnel or something coming up, when you click that, it basically has little warning notes that come up in the middle of your instrument panel here as well when your map is activated. Because when your map's activated, whatever road you need to use is in white, and it shows you in white where you should be going. And also on the heads-up display, you will have a arrow that will be pointing where you're going. So I'll leave the additional information on. Route warnings. Route warnings, once you click on that, you could have it show you route warnings. Sorry about the My phone doesn't want to focus here. You could have it show you route warnings either on the heads-up display or on the instrument cluster. So you could have it whichever way you want. Reduced mode, by the way. So reduced mode, if I click reduced mode, for those who the instrument cluster is a little too much, there's a little too much going on here. I call it the Star Trek cluster. You could click reduced mode and voila, it simplifies everything. You still get a rev counter over there, you get your speed over here, what speed the street limit is, but your gas gauge and everything disappeared. The gas gauge here disappeared along with this information, along with a whole bunch of other information, including your map. So let's do reduced mode again. It just makes it cleaner. So you could do this if someone's a bit overwhelmed with a car, or they don't feel, there's too much going on. They came from a more basic car. You could do reduced mode, might help with anxiety. So reduced mode is right there. It's one of the options. I'll scroll down again. You have speed limit assistant, where you could set your speed limit. So it's every time you're under something, it shows you on the right what's underneath there. So right now my warn when speeding is on, and excess speed display also. If you have excess speed, there's a red line on the line itself of where you're speeding, and also your heads-up display will change from white to orange. Engine display, we already went through this, the tachometer and the power meter. List, so where would you like your infotainment list to be shown? Would you like it to be shown on the heads-up display, which is what mine is set to right now? So if I click on here, you could have it show on the heads-up display or on the instrument cluster. Heads-up display or on the instrument cluster. Basically what it's saying is, so let's do instrument cluster. If you press this button here, it brings up that list up here instead of up there. See? And when you press this button, by the way, it brings up your presets, your Sirius XM, AM, Bluetooth, your phone as well. And if you press it again, it goes away. So if I press phone, it brings up all my contacts up here. But if I want it to go away, you press here, which brings you to this list, and then you press this again. That's the way to make it go away. But if you want it to come up on your heads-up display, your instrument list, so let's do heads up. I press this button here, and look at my heads up. Ta-da, there it is. Phone's having a little bit of a hard time there. And yeah, I like it on the heads up, to be honest with you. Any questions there, guys? I just wanted to go over the instrument panel on the Live Cockpit Pro and how to change your power meter into a tachometer like this here. Thank you for watching.